Your baby is staring at the corner of the room. No toy, no face, no obvious movement. Maybe you are folding laundry. Maybe the room is quiet. Maybe the crib is beside a window and the afternoon light is soft on the wall. Then you look over, and for a second, you freeze. It may look like your baby is staring at nothing, but a calmer explanation may be this. Your baby may be noticing something your adult brain has already filtered out. A line, a shadow, a glow, a tiny change in the room. Not something scary, something interesting. The strange part is not just that your baby looks. Babies look at lights. They look at faces. They look at ceiling fans, windows, toys, and your mouth when you talk. But a corner feels different. A corner looks empty to you. There is no smile coming back. No rattle shaking. No moving hand. No obvious reason to keep looking. So your mind tries to fill in the gap. What are they seeing? Why won't they look away? Is there something over there? That reaction makes sense. Parents are built to notice changes in their baby. A long stare can feel louder than it looks. The room goes quiet. The baby goes still. And suddenly, a normal moment feels loaded. But stillness is not the same as concern. Sometimes stillness is attention. Sometimes a baby looking at empty space is not empty at all. The common misread is simple. My baby is staring at nothing. And it is easy to see why. Adult brains are fast at ignoring things that do not matter. The corner of a room becomes background. The line where two walls meet becomes background. The glow on the paint becomes background. The soft movement of a curtain becomes background. You know the room. You have walked through it 100 times. You already decided what is important. But your baby has not. Your baby is not bored with the ceiling line yet. Your baby has not learned that the lamp shadow is ordinary. Your baby has not stopped noticing the place where bright meets dark. To an adult, it may be nothing. But nothing is an adult word. For a baby, a corner can be full of information. A sharp vertical line, a bright patch near the ceiling, a shadow that slowly changes when a cloud moves, a sound from the hallway that seems to come from that direction. The calmer interpretation is not, your baby is seeing something strange. The calmer interpretation is, your baby's attention may have found a small sensory detail and stayed with it. So what might actually be pulling their eyes there? It may be contrast. A baby's visual world is still developing. Early on, strong differences can stand out more clearly than soft details. A dark edge against a pale wall, a black curtain rod near the ceiling, the corner where one wall is slightly brighter than the other. That edge may be more interesting to your baby than the whole room is to you. It may be light, a small glow from a window, a stripe of sun on the wall, the reflection from a phone screen, the warm pulse of a nightlight. Adults often stop noticing these things because they do not require action. But babies are still learning what light does. Light appears. Light fades. Light moves. Light changes shape. That can hold attention. It may be motion, a curtain barely moving from the air conditioner, a mobile turning just outside your line of sight, a tree shadow shifting behind the blinds, dust floating in a beam of light. You may not register it. Your baby might. And it may be sound, a refrigerator hum, a sibling in the hallway, a dog shifting behind a door, a floorboard creak from that side of the room. A baby may turn their eyes toward where something seems to be happening, even if you cannot immediately see what they are tracking. But here's the important distinction. The mechanism is what pulls the attention. Contrast, light, motion, sound, pattern. The meaning is not "the corner matters." The meaning is that your baby's attention system is learning what stands out. That difference matters. Because when parents skip that distinction, the moment can become too big. A stare becomes a mystery. A mystery becomes worry. Worry becomes a story the moment may not deserve. A calmer way to read it is, something caught their attention. Their brain stayed with it. And for a few seconds, the room became a little lesson. This is where context matters. A calm baby staring at a patch of light after feeding is one kind of moment. Their body is loose, their hands are soft, their breathing is steady. They look, pause, and maybe drift back toward you when you speak. That looks like quiet attention. An overtired baby staring into space after a long day is another kind of moment. Their body may be stiff. Their eyes may look heavy. They may turn away from toys, fuss when picked up, or struggle to settle. That may be less about curiosity and more about needing a break. A newborn drawn to a strong ceiling line is not the same as an older baby who hears a sound from the hallway and turns toward it. A baby who looks at the corner once is not the same as a repeated pattern that always comes with distress, feeding problems, loss of responsiveness, or other changes parents are already concerned about. One isolated stare usually does not tell the whole story. The stare matters less by itself. The before and after matter more. What was happening right before? Were they calm, tired, hungry, overstimulated? Did they respond when you spoke? Did they turn back toward your face, your touch, your voice? You do not need to interrogate every second. Just watch the scene. A baby looking at a corner while relaxed is often a very different moment from a baby who seems unable to reconnect with the room. And for most everyday corner stares, the parent response does not need to be dramatic. You can let them look. Then gently bring in connection. Say their name softly. Move into their view. Offer your face. Touch their hand. Let the room become social again. Here is the part that can change how the moment feels. Your baby is new to the room you stopped seeing a long time ago. You see furniture. They may see edges. You see a blank wall. They may see brightness changing. You hear a normal hallway sound. They may hear a direction to turn toward. You see the corner as empty because nothing important is happening there for you. But your baby is still building the map. Where light comes from, where sound begins, what stays still, what moves, what returns, what changes when you walk into the room. That is why the stare can look so serious, not because something scary is happening, because attention is work. A baby's still face does not always mean they are lost in some deep hidden thought. Sometimes it means they are organizing a small piece of the world. The corner is not the story. The story is your baby learning what the room is made of. And when you see it that way, the moment softens. Instead of thinking, why are they staring at nothing? You can think, what did their little brain find? Maybe it was the line where the walls meet. Maybe it was the glow from the window. Maybe it was the slow shadow of a curtain. Maybe it was your footsteps coming closer. And then, when your voice enters the moment, something else happens. The room is not just light and sound anymore. It becomes relationship. Your baby looks, you notice, You speak softly. They return to you. That tiny loop matters. Not because every stare has one perfect meaning, but because your response helps turn attention into connection. When your baby stares at a corner or empty space, start simple. Let them look for a moment. Do not rush to interrupt every quiet stare. Quiet attention can be part of how babies take in the world. Then notice the scene around it. Is there light on the wall? A strong edge? A fan sound? A curtain moving? A hallway noise? Is your baby relaxed, tired, hungry, or overstimulated? Then gently bring them back to connection. Move where they can see you. Use a soft voice. Offer your face. Touch their hand. Watch whether they shift back toward you. The goal is not to decode every stare perfectly. The goal is to stay observant without becoming afraid. One moment is just one moment. A pattern over time tells you more. And when you are unsure, you can always bring it up with your baby's healthcare provider, especially if the staring comes with other changes that concern you. But in many ordinary home moments, a baby staring at a corner may simply be a baby noticing the world in a way adults no longer do. Sometimes your baby is not staring at nothing. Sometimes they are noticing something your adult brain has already decided not to notice. A line, a shadow, a glow, a sound. A little piece of the world becoming interesting. And when you meet that moment calmly, you do not have to turn it into fear. You can turn it into attention, then connection. Has your baby ever stared at a corner or empty space? What was happening right before it? Tell me below, and let me know which strange but normal baby behavior you want me to cover next.